Montreal is one of the most popular venues on the Formula One calendar.
While there were changes at the top, Rosberg temporarily set the benchmark, only to be bettered by Hamilton. But in somewhat of a surprise, it was Fernando Alonso who then set the fastest time.
And you've got to say, Ferrari's pace is a big lift for the team.
After being upstaged by Alonso in the first practice session, normal service was resumed for the Mercedes. With the super soft tyres, it was Hamilton who set the standard on the track where he won his first Grand Prix. It still looked positive for Ferrari when Kimi Raikkonen edged Alonso into third, though the Finn lost it at the hairpin. It was Red Bull's Sebastian Vettel who claimed best of the rest honours.
No lack of energy or enthusiasm going on at the steering wheel of Sebastian Vettel's car. Third fastest for him then. Second flying lap on the super soft tyre. And, well, it certainly looked lively on the wheel. And that was a sharp lap then from the reigning champion.
So the Mercedes back on top. Hamilton almost 2/10 faster than Rosberg. Vettel was followed by pairings of Ferraris, Williams and McLarens.
What's going on, guys? Over here today, bringing my F1 2014 100% race ultra modded career mode. We're back with round 7 at the Canadian Grand Prix. It's episode 26 of the overall 2014 career mode series, and here at Canada we've got a 31% chance of rain, starting from the back as usual for this season 2 of career mode in the ultra mod season. And it's going to be very interesting with 31% chance of rain. Hopefully, you know, it's not going to be a huge downpour like it was at Monaco. That was a very tricky situation, albeit we did manage to go through it. Canada will be a bit trickier because it's got lots of swooping corners that might be a bit tricky on traction if it's heavy rain conditions with the full wet tyres. But here we go to the setup now for the Canadian Grand Prix, and looking at the livery there in the background here. For this round, I don't have a major difference in the livery in terms of there's nothing fancy on the side pods in terms of like what I did at Monaco, which was a completely, you know, different looking side pod. I've just got some Canadian sponsors, and finally, after episodes of you guys commenting below of me wanting to, you guys wanted me to mod the number and my name onto the car, I finally managed to do that, replacing Daniel Ricciardo's number and name in the background. Also here, we're just tweaking the wings, the front wing and the rear wing. I actually had a bit higher than I actually wanted to by the end of it on the default setup I usually run at Canada, so we just put those a bit lower to hopefully get a bit more straight line speed, as we'll need that to try and overtake cars from 22nd place. But we're looking for a 3-stop here, option prime option. That looks pretty okay. Obviously with the rain, we may not do a 3-stop, we may do a 2 or even more. I'm not too sure when the rain will come. But let's get on to the Canadian Grand Prix, round 7 of this season. We just had a win. Can we make it another one? Let's see. It's time for the Canadian Grand Prix. So here we are on the grid for Canada, 22nd place, overcast conditions at the moment, so you must say maybe the rain may be coming early in the race, we don't know. But here we go to 5 red lights, and we are off, and we're going to have to be very careful into the first sector, a very tight turn 1 and even turn 2. Turn 2, a hairpin style corner, remember, here at Canada. So let's go down to the first corner now, going around the outside. Looks like a Sauber there was very slow. There's a front wing off already there on the floor. Lucky not to get a puncher there actually off the front wing, which is right on the floor of the track. But here we go up into 18th place, in the between a Caterham and another car, which is Suttel, I believe, down the inside of Lotus. More front wings flying here. Looks like the AI are really getting to each other. We actually hit a little end plate there, tossed that up in the air. Looks like we've got Bottas going very slowly. I think he has no front wing there, and Perez right in front of us getting squeezed out by Maldonado, but seemingly going back on him on the inside, and we're going to maybe go on the inside of Maldonado. My god, that was very close to him on the front wing, so we just have to step back in 14th place. But now Maldonado re-overtakes Perez, so a lot of overtaking here by the AI. Looks like Perez may have some issues, but he's going very slowly. We're going to try and overtake Maldonado around the outside. We've just about done that, and 12th place, and oh my god, didn't have time to breathe in that first little sector of that first lap. A lot of action, but a lot of front wings off as well, so you have to be careful of that. But we're up into 12th place, which is great stuff here for lap 1. Now we're cut onto lap 2. Bit of a lock up there from an AI car up ahead. I think that may have been Grosjean there, you have to say, because he's been squeezed out by a Toro Rosso of Verne, I believe it was. And now we're going through to the chicane, the first chicane here on the track. Grosjean going very slowly at the moment. Kvyat also going slowly. We've lost our front wing. Complete disaster here at the Canadian Grand Prix. Lap 2, we've lost our front wing. That is going to drop us back a bit on the back foot in terms of being where we are in the race with the leaders. And here we go on to the end of lap 2 into the pit stops now. And we're going to have to change that front wing. We're now to the option tyres once more because I think it's worth staying on the option tyres to keep the pace going. But unfortunate there, yeah, Grosjean being squeezed out by Kvyat, and then Kvyat kind of slow down for Grosjean like the AI usually do. They kind of slow down for one another when they're in the corners, and I just couldn't read it enough or fast enough, and I just went straight in the back of Kvyat. So annoying there, but you know what, that's what the realistic damage mod is there for, to punish us when we can't think fast enough like that. So we're down to 15th place now with that front wing change. Not too bad, you must say. 15th place, and actually 13th place now. So not too bad, not too bad. So on lap 3 now, 13th place. You know, we've only dropped a net 1 place there from where we were on lap 2 when we broke our front wing. So you can say, it could have been a lot worse. So here we go on to lap 6 now. We've caught onto the back of P12, which was Adrian Suttel in his Sauber. Just at the fastest sector of the Grand Prix so far, and we're closing on Suttel. We should hopefully get him maybe on the DRS straight, but we're really getting on him right now on this straight as well, so we may get him even earlier. Here we go. I think we may have a chance at the hairpin maybe. We pop it down the inside. Let's see here on the back of the German. Here we go down the inside, and even before we get to the hairpin, don't even have to pop it down the inside. We got him before the hairpin even came. We got into the racing line, into the braking zone. So really nice job done. Easy move there for 12th place on Adrian Suttel. So now we've come to lap 7. Shilton, my god, Shilton is in 11th place somehow. I'm going to overtake him pretty easily. Dive bomb move down the inside. Oh my god, we're getting very close to Kvyat. He's given us the room. Fair play to him, to be honest, because I didn't actually think anything of that move. I wasn't planning on trying to overtake Kvyat there in one move. I was only trying to do Shilton, but Kvyat going very slowly there. But now with DRS, we've gone around the outside of Kvyat on the left-hand side of the track, and we've got him with DRS. Shilton even overtakes him there, I think. Yeah, Shilton's overtaking Kvyat. Crazy stuff there. So the Britishman is followed me through. A fellow Brit's overtaking Kvyat there in unison. So there you go. We're into the points-paying position now, 10th place. But yeah, wasn't planning on making the move on Kvyat. I was kind of concentrating on Shilton, and then Kvyat just happened to be there going very slowly. I think he actually went a bit wide on the hairpin for some reason. But there you go. We're up to 10th place. No harm done. Up to 10th place on the previous lap. So here on to lap 8 now. We're going to on the back of Grosjean down the inside. Easy move. No, we actually locked up a little bit on the rear tyre. You could hear that and also see that. We went a little bit wide, but we still managed to hold a place for 9th on Grosjean. The Lotus going very slowly. Indeed, he was maybe the obstacle that maybe made us crash there. So a bit of payback. Very embarrassing. Just easy move down the inside on the hairpin. But now here we go on Nico Hulkenberg. Maybe he'll make it a bit harder for us. Maybe not down the inside. Leaves the door open a little bit. We're going to go really tight on the apex to give him the room that he deserves. But no, he sort of let the door open there. So on lap 13, we're really powering through the top 10 here at the Canadian Grand Prix. And, as I said at the beginning of the race, it is a favourite track of mine. Last year, it wasn't so much because of the tyre wear. But this year, I've started to enjoy it again like I used to on F1 2012. And I'm really liking the groove of Canada, especially in this race at the moment. We're really powering through the AI here. Now, we've got all the way to lap 19, so it's taken a while to get up to this position right behind Jenson Button for 7th place. We're going to try and overtake him for 7th place. It's taken a while to get to this position. But eventually we're here. We're in the DRS zone as well, so we should be able to get him with DRS. We're within 1 second, I should think. I should hope. There we go. Opening DRS. Getting in the slipstream of Button. The slipstream is on. Here we go. On the right-hand side of him, we've got Jenson Button for 7th place there. Into the chicane. The last chicane. Through to the final straight onto the finish line. And we have got Jenson Button there for 7th place in the Mclaren. Kind of a sitting duck there with DRS, and his teammate actually is ahead of us in 6th place, Kevin Magnussen. So let's hope we can get the young Dane in the next few laps. On lap 20, losing the rear a little bit there on the first corner. The tyres are starting to go a little bit off, so it might be time to maybe think about making the pit stop. I think the original pit stop was, I think, lap 22. So I think we could maybe go to maybe around lap 24 maybe until we make our pit stop. But we cut onto lap 22, and speaking of lap 22, we actually just made our pit stop there. We cut very abruptly to lap 22 to make our pit stop there. And we're in 5th place at the moment, but obviously remember, people have made their pit stops. Some people haven't at the moment. We've got Button right behind us in 7th place. We're in 6th, it looks like, at the moment. Alonso in 5th. Our teammate we saw there in 4th. Hamilton at the moment leading the race now, so that's crucial for him to try and catch on Vettel, who's leading the championship before this race. But Button right behind us. Magnussen nowhere to be seen, so it looks like me and Button have jumped Magnussen in the pit stop. So we're seemingly up to a net 6th place now, a legit 6th place. because I don't think Magnussen's ahead of these cars, so somehow me and Button have jumped Magnussen in the pit stop. So here, coming on to lap 24 now, right behind the Spaniard of Alonso in his Ferrari. Here we go, trying to get him for 5th place now. This would be great stuff by lap 24 to get up to 5th place. So, you know, about a third of the way through the race and up to P5 would be absolutely amazing. So here we go. Rosberg set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, but here we go with DRS down the inside of Alonso. Looks like he maybe put up a little bit of a fight. We've actually gone a bit slow into that chicane. Went a bit awkwardly into that chicane because I actually left it very late to turn right into the chicane. So that was very awkward. We nearly hit the wall of champions there, which obviously with the Willis damage mod wouldn't have been good. We probably would have crashed out if you tapped that wall of champions wall. But we're up to 5th place. No harm done there. So now to lap 30, we've actually got no DRS now. DRS has broken seemingly. I'm not too sure. Going to have to look at that. You know, seemingly my DRS breaks when I get behind Vettel. Bit of a conspiracy theory there, just stirring the pot a little bit. But right behind Vettel now. Let's try and get him for the 4th place here on lap 30. Here we go in the slipstream, not even DRS, just on pure slipstream. We've got Vettel there. He's on the prime tire, so that may kind of maybe lead to him being a bit slower out of the hairpin. I don't know, but we've taken Vettel very easily there and probably embarrassed him a bit. So there you go, slap in the face for Vettel. It's definitely a bit of an argy-bargy fight this season with Vettel. You know, that thing at Monaco where we slowed him down in the pits, and yet again, even though with a broken DRS, we've seemingly overtaken him pretty easily there. So he may be beating us at the moment in the standings, but we're definitely giving him a fight in the race. So here we go now on lap 37, right behind Massa at the moment. And obviously it's still overcast conditions. We had 31% chance of rain, so I'm just thinking when the rain might come. I'm not too sure about that. We'll have to see and maybe think about that in our strategy plan, because the pit stops are coming up. But here we go on Massa on the right hand side of the track, round the outside. We've got him. He's on the prime tire as well, so it looks like lots of these cars are on the prime tires bar Alonso, so maybe they're kind of trying to save their tyres. Obviously they can go a bit longer than me on these option tyres, but we've overtaken Massa there for 3rd place. But now coming on to lap 47, as you can see, it is indefinitely raining now, so that 31% chance of rain has finally come to head. We've gone on to the intermediate, we've selected the intermediate tyres for our next pit stop now, and we're in 3rd place now. Podium positions, legitimate podium position, because, you know, we overtook Massa on track, so really now we're going to try and catch the Mercedes if we can. Let's see. You know, I think the intermediate conditions will help us. You can see there Hamilton is only 4 seconds about up the road, so definitely on the intermediate tyres we can maybe catch them. I'm not too sure, as I said, if the wet conditions come. Canada is a bit more tricky than Monaco. Monaco is a lot of short corners. Canada long swooping ones, especially the chicanes. It's very hard to get the power down on the wet tyres, so I'm sort of hoping maybe we just stay with intermediates to the end if it's going to rain to the end, but we'll have to see. Hamilton in 2nd place at the moment, Rosberg in 1st, so that's another thing to note. Rosberg overtook Hamilton at some point, because before he was in the lead of this race, Hamilton, so Rosberg overtaking him somewhere, and that will be crucial for his title fight, because Rosberg, I believe, was 4th place in the championship, wasn't he? I think, so that's crucial for him. So yep, we're on to the intermediate tyres now. Hamilton in 2nd place, Rosberg in 1st place at the moment. We've got 22 laps of this Grand Prix left. We're now got to lap 51, come through the last hairpin now. Intermediate conditions, the rain is still coming down, I think I can see on the camera. Definitely a lot of spray, but here, actually no, we're into 2nd place now, so Hamilton is pit for some strange reason. Rosberg 16 seconds ahead of us, but Hamilton is pit. We're in 2nd place at the moment. I can't think why he's pit, because the sky looks like it's pretty much the same brightness, so it's not getting any darker, which kind of signals maybe there's not going to be any wet weather, but I'm not too sure about that. Maybe he's prejudging it, maybe going to the wet tyres. We'll have to see. Maybe that might work out for him. Maybe that might bite us in the back here. We're going to have to monitor what's going on really at the moment. But on lap 52, we're staying out in 2nd place at the moment. And now we cut on to the end of lap 52, and we're coming through in 2nd place. But we can see on the mini-map there is a dot in the pits. And I'm wondering, is that Rosberg? Have the Mercedes got some sort of issue maybe with the intermediate tyres? Or I'm not too sure at the moment. I'm just guessing what might be happening. But that is Rosberg. That is Rosberg, because we're into 1st place now of the Canadian Grand Prix. We've taken the lead there. The crowd are roaring. The Red Bull is into 1st place. Mercedes just comes out there of Rosberg. And what tyre is he on? I think he's on the intermediate. So I'm not too sure what's going on there. Mercedes both pitting. Seemingly, I'm guessing Hamilton also pit for a set of intermediates like his teammate. Maybe they've gone for a contra strategy. But I'm not too sure what's going on there. I think maybe the Mercedes maybe had some sort of issue with their intermediate tyre sets. I don't know, maybe someone, maybe it was damaged. I'm not too sure what happened there completely, but the AI cars of Rosberg and Hamilton for some reason just pit again for intermediates. So we're right now on lap 60. We're leading the Canadian Grand Prix. Rosberg is right behind us with 1.5 behind us, the gap. And Hamilton right now is 17.2 seconds behind us. So he's really lost some time there by pitting an extra pit stop there. Rosberg still very much behind me on the next lap, 1.3 now at the moment, and you've got to say it is completely drying out now. The raindrops are completely gone. It's definitely drying out again, so it looks like, oh my god, no, we've lost the rear of the car on the curb, and Rosberg might be coming through. He's come through for first place, and we've lost it on the curbing there. Oh my god, that is bad. We just got on the curb, and obviously we planted the power on the curb, and that just completely spun us left. We managed to catch it and not put it in the wall. But annoyingly, we've lost first place now. It's 7 laps to go for the Grand Prix, and we've just lost the lead of this Grand Prix. Very bad stuff. We've got to try and catch back on Rosberg. 1.2. I really try and brake as late as I can into that hairpin. But as I was saying before, it looks like it's drying out. It looks like maybe there was just a patch of rain because it's definitely drying out here. But crucially, we're not in first place. Rosberg is, so I'm sort of inclined to do whatever he does and kind of follow him through for these last 7 laps. Here we go, and it looks like maybe in the distance he's going to the pit, so we're going to dive in as well. Yes, he has. He's coming to the pit. We are as well. Both going on the dry tyres now. It's going to be about the pit stops maybe. Let's go for the pit stops. We're going to go into the option tyres, the Red Bull tyres, so we didn't even use the prime tyre all race. 3.7 stop, and we've overtaken Rosberg. We're into first place of the Canadian Grand Prix. Brilliant stuff by the pit stop lads. And here we go, we're in first place, standard mix at the moment. Hamilton's obviously coming, everyone's sort of coming in now. And we're in first place now, the Canadian Grand Prix, back 64th lap here. And my pit stop crew have saved my guts. I made that mistake, and you know what, they haven't taken anything against me. They concentrated, and they've made that pit stop for me, and we've overtaken Rosberg in the pit. Fantastic job by the lads here. And now we've just got to maybe make sure we get first place here. Now onto lap 70. It is the last lap of the Grand Prix, the last stretch of the Grand Prix. We can't lose it now. Here we go. It's completely dry basically now. Bit of a wet patch here and there, but we're coming through. We've got 5 seconds to Rosberg actually, so we've really put the power down on the option tyres to really bring the gap out, because I did not want to lose this after my pit stop crew basically got me the race win here. And here we go through the last chicane. We're going to come through. We're going to be a bit arrogant. We're going to weave around. We are going to come through to win the Canadian Grand Prix, and it's 2 wins in a row here at Season 2 in the Red Bull. Awesome stuff. My pit stop crew, absolutely amazing job there to get me the win. Basically got me the win there at the end by overtaking Rosberg. You have to say also we did have the pace at the end to get that 5-second gap, so we could have maybe overtaken him if it weren't for that overtaking the pit stops. But we didn't take anything for granted, and we've come through for us for a double win of the season. Monaco and Canada back to back. Awesome stuff here for the Ultramod. If you guys did enjoy that race, then do leave a like for a double race win in terms of 2 in a row. Do give this video a like. Comment below what you thought of that. I thought that was a pretty crazy Grand Prix, especially with the rain at the end and also me losing it. It was very close. I easily could have not got first place there, so I'm thanking my pit stop crew there to get me that. And we're actually leading the Driver Championship now. We've overtaken our teammate Vettel. He's in second. I'm first. Rosberg overtakes Hamilton for third. He's in fourth, Hamilton. Felipe Massa in fifth. But we've got first place in the championship at the moment with 2 wins in a row. That is the momentum swing we needed, actually. That was a really good momentum swing in our favour against Vettel. I said, you know, all the way back in China that Vettel was trouncing us, so we need to make the momentum come towards us, and that's exactly what we've done now. 2 wins in a row here. We've upset Vettel. He hasn't won a race this season yet. Great stuff for us in the teammate challenge as well. Red Bull Racing lead the constructors as well. Great stuff. This episode has gone swimmingly well for Red Bull and myself. So if you guys did enjoy that episode, then do give it a like. Comment below what you thought. Subscribe if you're new for weekly F1 content just like this and other stuff every single week. I've been aarava. Hope you enjoyed the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time. That was the Canadian Grand Prix, making it 2 wins in a row.
Where we can dream again. I'll tell you all my secrets. We're encouraged like a second skin. The kids are all dying. We're dying.